So coming to the last question, after which we'll take questions and answers. The last question is, we do not find these superstar employees easily, being small and medium business owners, because they want to be with established houses. But when we find them, they ask for a great salary. So even if they're getting a salary and we are able to match it for them, they would probably look for a 30% hike. And that's something, even if we believe that we would want to give them and they deserve it, we probably don't have deep pockets. And we are not in a state to give them that kind of a salary. So money is not the only motivator. There are several other things that motivate them. And will it add value to know those other things that motivate them? Let's find out.
Thank you. Again, it started with me. I feel popular. Uh, so one suggestion that I can have for small size, mid-size firm is, see, let's agree salary is a big motivating factor, okay? Any HR or any company who says salary se kya padta hai is bluffing. For sure, salary se bahut kuch padta hai. Once you have financial stability, everything is taken care of, right? Talking about the suggestion that I have for mid-size micro firm is, come up with salary, a base salary and incentives. Okay, incentives on the total profit, or monthly, quarterly, set something. It's motivating. It drives them to put in their best, knowing that they have control on the incentives. You know, so a base salary, for example, if can we have one example? Anyone who has a mid micro size firm and they would want to know that how do I get a star performer and how do I, yeah, please. So I think it works, right? It works. So I think that is a great way of picking or hiring star employees, salary and incentives. It's tried and tested, works fabulously, okay? Talking about motivating factor, Eddie, I want 3 hands who are employees here, who work for a company, please. Okay, great. Can I ask one question, please, if you don't mind? I don't. HRs never ask salary. The rule. So what drives you and what gets you to workplace every day, every morning? What's your motivating factor? One. One. One motivating factor which gets you to work every day. Okay. What about you? Yeah. So it's the vision. And you being a part of it makes you feel like you're doing something worthwhile. Okay. What about you?
So for me, everything gets me there is the power of making the change, because I come from defense and I'm in a semi-government setup, and it has been a typical, I get a lot of ideas from there to here. I learn a lot of things from here, and I give a lot of insights to making that change. So I'm the decision maker there. So that motivates me to go there every day.
See, we have got the answer. No one spoke about salary, he just spoke about incentives, which is fine. So people don't join organizations typically for salary. If you ask them what motivates you to work, incentives, yes, because you're putting effort, so you would want that extra, piece of cake, which is fine. But no one really goes to work for salary. They go to work typically because they believe in the vision of the company. They believe powerful when they are making or changing lives, taking important calls, decision, and that's how generally is the motivating factor for people. Once you have understood what motivates a certain person, your answer is there. So that's the right way to crack any individual, and as an organization, if I am able to give a direction to that specific individual's motivating factor, he is going to stay. I don't have to take efforts. So taking care of their career growth, creating career advancement for them, along with the company's growth, coaching them, mentoring them, counseling them, making them feel a part of the business, is the only way to retain employees. Thank you.
I think she answered most of them, but I'll only give one perspective. Like yesterday, I was with a group of youngsters who were from the just they were out of graduation, and since I also had the training, so I was speaking to them. So what my take over here is that maybe for a small setup or any setup, you give them the feeling of being an entrepreneur. You know, every organization, every department, you tell them, okay, you are an entrepreneur. I don't give them the career choice and career promise and all. I just tell them, imagine आज से 10 साल के बाद, don't go into the rut of becoming a DGM, GM or a VP like me or whatever. You think that 10 years hence you will have your own company. You are an engineer, you have everything. So once you give them that vision of them being the owner and the entrepreneur, trust me, the things work. And I have seen this in last 6-7 years. People have of course it's a loss, but people have left and started their own setups. So that's fine. I get the 6 prime years till the time they are there, and then I get the next set of people. I give them the same hopes and promises and to make them. And guys are hardly 32, 33, and then they have their own consultancy. Because we are typically a consultancy company. So these guys, suddenly you will see in a meeting room, these guys have come with coat suit and all, and then they will say, sir, meri company, we want to give a presentation to you on what we do. So that is when you get that feeling that, okay, isko to main hi bola tha ki you have to be an entrepreneur, and today is what he is. So other than everything what she added, that adds even from me.
Yeah, same. First part is incentive. We also do that way only. And I did this with many of my team members, and really they're doing good in their own business. From day one, I motivated them, and I said, okay, whenever you are going to start your business, I am going to be your mentor. And I'm still mentor for many of my employees who started their own companies. In my organization, like first 5 years, we used to face a big problem about retaining good people or bringing up good people in the company. But now, people apply for GeoLife regularly. They know how GeoLife culture is. Uh, First employee of GeoLife is still with us. Many of the people who started with me, and they are with us, including office boys to drivers to all levels. And apart from that, I try to bring value in their personal life. First 5 years, definitely I was focusing on business numbers, but when we have team to handle that, then I started focusing on their personal life and bringing value addition to their life. I always give speech to my team, training to my team on values, how you can implement values in your life to make your life better and make it more happier. They give, a lot of people give testimonial, मेरी family life change हो गई, my family is more happy with me compared to that. Earlier I used to go and scold on my wife and kids and all. Now I never do that. Many changes, small changes, but these brought change in their life, and they feel that this is the company where we have to stay for. Same thing I did with my dealers also, like last 4-5 years. In the distributor conference, we do regularly distributor conference across India and state-wise. I never talk about business. I try to give speech on based on my experience, how you can make your life and your business more successful following values. People don't know. People know values, spelling of values, but they don't know how to implement that, how to follow and get benefit of that. So this is bringing a big change. People know in industry now, in entire agriculture industry, we are a baby of 11 years old, but every fertilizer pesticide company, everybody knows GeoLife. Oh, this is a value-based organization. As I told earlier, that my vision is to be a value-based organization where lifetime relations are created. I follow both these statements. Touchwood, by God's grace, because of this vision, there is nobody in my life with whom my relation is bad. Neither in family, neither in friends, neither in relatives, neither in business, ex-employees, supplier, customers. With everybody, relations are good. All my ex-employees, even though if they are working in other companies, they call me, sir, I'm doing this, please guide me, or whatever way they want. At least they greet me on the occasions. There are, one of my manager, he started his own company a few years back, and then he used to take guidance regularly from even when he purchased his first Mercedes car, he, sir, कौन सा कलर लूँ बताओ आप. That much they believe me, क्योंकि आप जो बोलेंगे सही बोलेंगे, हमारे लिए कभी गलत नहीं बोलेंगे. कोई किसी का नहीं किस्मत नहीं ले जा सकता. If you are, I told many of my employees, मैं जब खुश होऊंगा, when they left, मैं जब खुश होऊंगा जब तुम मुझसे बड़ा आदमी बनोगे. तुम करो, हार्ड वर्क करो, जो चाहे मैं. Nobody can take my fate, you know. So I supported many people, and now they are directly, indirectly connected with me in different ways. So this is the culture I try to build in my organization.
Yeah, you want to ask a question? Yeah, we'll come to questions now. Yeah, so I'll just sum it up and I'll hand over the mic to you. So though money is a very big motivator, we all know that if we had to ask anybody, any one of you and any one of your employee that तुम्हारा salary तुम्हारे घर पहुंच जाएगा, तुम कहीं काम नहीं कर सकते, तुमको घर बैठना है, nobody will take that offer. We all know it for a fact. Everybody finally wants to feel they're making meaning to their lives, they're adding value to the organization. It is because of them that somebody's life is better. So we need to know this and we need to communicate this. We need to make people feel good about this, like she rightly said, in the area that matters to them. So that's one thing that came out very strongly. There's one thing very interesting which I did in my organization. Can I share that? Yeah. So when we had our appraisals, we asked people, after the appraisals were done, we asked people to write down how much would they like to earn in their next appraisal. That happens 1 year from now. So what's a figure that they would be very, very happy earning? You know, they need not think out of limitations or out of what is happening. What is it that they'll be delighted if they earn 1 year from now? And once they wrote it down, then we asked them, so if the company had to pay them that kind of money, what do they think they will have to give the company? What can they do for the company if they had to make that kind of money? And then we asked them, so what kind of assistance would they need to do that for the company so that they can get that money? So these 3 questions were very powerful. You can try it. One is they feel you're interested. Secondly, it is not. So we told them that, you know, of course we can give you that money, but you have to take responsibility for it. Can you please tell me how will you add value to deserve that kind of money? And after which, the most important, which you said, coach, train, mentor. Happy employees are performing employees. And if they're happy back at home, they are happy in office. So finally, it's the quality of life. You know, once upon a time, everybody was working for money because they had to put food on the table. Today, they don't have to put food on the table. Today, they are working for quality of life. You don't respect an employee, they don't want to work for you. They have to feel good about themselves. And feel good not in office, feel good as an individual everywhere.